When your cat presses a paw against you and simply stays there, no food bowl empty, no door closed, no obvious want, that single gesture carries more neurological weight than almost anything else they can offer you. Here's what that paw is actually saying. Researchers at Cornell University found that adult cats in feral colonies go nearly silent with each other once kittenhood ends. Vocalizations drop sharply. Meowing, it turns out, is something cats essentially invented for humans, a workaround for a species that doesn't read scent or body posture the way other cats do. But paw contact? Cats use gentle touch to signal each other without escalating tension, and when your cat reaches out a paw, instead of yowling across the room, they are using their oldest, most socially restrained tool. That soft tap on your arm is the feline equivalent of a quiet "excuse me." It is not impulse. It is the most polite form of negotiation they have. Now here is where it gets more layered. Tucked between each toe pad are active scent glands, tiny organs that deposit a chemical signature on whatever a cat touches. When your cat rests a paw on your arm, they are not simply making contact, they are marking you as theirs. Not in a cold territorial sense, but in the same category as the one sunny windowsill in the whole apartment or the blanket they have slept on for years. That is a very short list. You are on it. The wellness check takes this further. Cats are neurologically wired to track motion as a survival cue. A body that goes completely still registers as something worth investigating. Dr. Karen Overall, a veterinary behaviorist, has documented that cats in close bonds will seek physical confirmation from their person during periods of stillness. A soft paw press, a gentle nudge to the face or chest. Not because they are hungry, because they needed to know you were still breathing. That is not neediness. That is something closer to vigilance on your behalf. The origin of the pressing motion itself goes back to the first days of a cat's life. Kittens knead against their mother during nursing, a rhythmic touch that stimulates milk flow and neurologically triggers the release of oxytocin, the same bonding compound that floods a mother cat system during that contact. Neuroscientists studying feline development have found that this pathway does not dissolve when cats mature. It simply needs a new anchor. When your cat presses a paw against you and goes still, their nervous system is not doing something new. It is running a very old program, and you have become the signal that tells their body, this is safe. The stillness that follows is not sleepiness, it is relief. A 2015 study published in Animal Cognition confirmed that cats are acutely attuned to owner behavior and regularly anticipate human actions before they occur. Micro shifts in posture, changes in breathing, subtle muscle tension. Your cat is processing all of it. That paw landing on your leg right as you are about to stand is not coincidence. It is your cat reading you with a precision most people do not extend to each other and responding with the only tool available, a paw pressed gently against you, saying, "Not yet." This is where the field report gets uncomfortable. Every time that paw reaches out, your cat is running a quiet experiment. Attachment researchers describe this dynamic as bid and response cycling. Each bid met with warmth strengthens the bond. Each bid dismissed updates the animal's model of whether closeness is safe. Cats do not escalate the way dogs do when ignored. They withdraw. Gradually, quietly, in a way most people never connect to their own behavior. Your response to that small paw is not a minor moment. It is the data your cat is using to calculate how much of themselves to offer. Which brings us to the rarest version, the one that sits at the bottom of all of this. Your cat is not hungry, not anxious, not cold. They have no obvious want, and yet a paw rests on you, and they stay. Ethologist John Bradshaw, whose research on domestic cat social behavior remains among the most cited in the field, found that cats default to solitude as a baseline. They do not seek closeness the way dogs do. Physical contact costs them something neurologically. It runs against the grain of what they are built for. So when a cat who has everything they need still chooses to remain in contact with you, that is not habit. That is a decision. Neuroscientists studying social bonding in solitary animals have found that voluntary touch in creatures built for independence is not driven by need. It is driven by safety. When your cat rests a paw on you with nothing to gain, their nervous system has quietly classified you as part of their inner world. Not a caretaker, not a resource, but something rarer. A presence that makes existing feel less solitary. For an animal whose entire biology is organized around self-reliance, that quiet, purposeless touch is the most honest thing they are capable of giving. The investigation into how cats communicate trust continues. If this field report changed how you see that small gesture, the next one goes deeper. Subscribe to follow the work.